Walk through Eastern Cemetery on Munjoy Hill and you can't help but think of the stories it contains. The cemetery has been around since the late 1600s and more than 7,000 people have been buried there.
This month, the nonprofit group Spirits Alive, which is dedicated to the preservation of Eastern Cemetery, is inviting people to the annual event it calls Walk Among the Shadows. It gives people a chance to tour the cemetery, and although it takes place on several evenings in late October, Walk Among the Shadows is not exactly a Halloween event, as we heard from the organizers.
The theme this year is the 4 fires that have devastated Portland over the years. Twice they burned to the ground by the Indians, and then once in 1775 by the British captain Henry Mowat, who came into town under orders to bombard Falmouth, as it was called back then. And then the Great Fire that everybody knows about, 1866 on 4th of July, 1866. Those are the 4 fires, and that's the one we're going to concentrate on in our
That's really the main
year.
focus of the.
How do you tie in the 1866 fire to Eastern Cemetery?
Well, one of our characters is a whole lot of people took shelter in the cemetery during the fire. And an artist who's you're going to meet if you go that night, George Frederick Morse, actually has a famous, he did 4 paintings in the city on the night of the fire. And he'll have one of them that he painted in the cemetery.
A lot of people, even though you publicize it, is being connected to the fires. A lot of people think it's a Halloween kind of event this year.
Yeah.
Are they going to be disappointed, or will they get a little something that'll satisfy their expectations?
No, well, just the fact that you're able to come in and allowed to come into a cemetery in the dark at night is scary enough for most people.
It really is.
Yeah, but it just really coincides. It's really more to celebrate the end of our tour season, which is, about the middle of October, and the date really just coincides with Halloween. And we've done a couple of years. We've done more of a spookier, scary thing. A few years ago, we did one on ghost stories that were told here on Munjoy Hill, but it's not really meant to be necessarily spooky or scary.
But it's still kind of inevitable, isn't it? Just because the time of year, the leaves,
it is,
etc.
and the ancient gravestones, and the people coming back, to talk to you, and it just it depends on the theme. Like last year's theme was untimely ends, and so everybody had died prematurely in some unpleasant way. But this year with the fire, it's more about people who survived the fire.
So you're just going from one upbeat theme to another.
Yeah, I mean, history isn't fun unless something happens.
Particularly, this is where everybody ends up sooner or later. Place somewhat like this.
Yeah, I don't think there's any particularly scary character this time. We have had a couple.
Pete, what will people experience if they come out and take the tour?
Hopefully a lot of fun. A lot of people come back year after year after year. This is one event in Portland I know that people really look forward to every year. It's just a great, great time, come out and spend and get. And again, the fact that you're in the cemetery at night in the dark at this time of year it's kind of fun for a lot of people. And we get a lot of kids around here, that come into. We get a lot of younger people come in.
One of the things that also sort of heightens the experience is the way the guides are dressed.
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
We're going to have everybody in black cloaks. We call them specters. And what they will do, they'll put on their black cloaks and they'll grab lanterns. And we guide people along Funeral Lane right along here. And they'll take people, the actors, from acting spot to acting spot. We have maybe about seven acting spots this year. So you're guided by specters along Funeral Lane in the dark by black cloak specters.
Now, one of the guides, that is a cloaked specter, was there when we were. And here's the part I really liked. The guide, Brenda, told us she wasn't sure how to get into her car in that skirt that she was wearing, which she had to do to get to the cemetery. So she did what any specter would do under the circumstances. She went looking for a YouTube video on how to get into a car in a large hooped skirt.
Of course, just what our ancestors did, of course. All right, we'll be right back.